Golden State Warriors, 18-22.
I gave him an F.
Damn.
For a team that has championship aspirations, it just doesn't look like a good competent team out there. So
They're not athletic. They're small, and they're running lineups with Kuminga, Wiggins, and Draymond on the court. If I'm the opposing coach and I see those dudes, all three of those dudes, we do not trust them to take a three-point shot right now.
Yep.
Steph Curry, here goes 7 bodies.
Yes.
2 people off the bench. Go guard them too.
Steph Curry has to deal with a lot normally, but like now, since everybody else around him is struggling, teams are just like, yeah, we only worried about Steph at this point.
People are not even worried about Klay no more.
Yeah.
And that's why he gave the Bulls 1 million points. They weren't worried about him no more.
I give the same grade as Darrick. This is F. This is atrocious. This is tough. And I guess it's a little. You know how? What's the opposite of being biased?
Not biased.
We got to create a word for it, though.
I think he said bipartisan.
Bipartisan.
That word's not.
Did you go to college, Austin?
His girl
Okay.
goes to Michigan, so he gets free classes. But anyway, because they have a history over this past decade of extraordinary basketball, I feel like it hits me a little harder that they are looking like this. And it's frustrating. The Draymond Green situation in itself, obviously, we know what will come with that. Some of the stuff
crazy.
with Klay Thompson, seeing him kind of spiral and try to find his rhythm. And some days he has it, some days he doesn't. The Andrew Wiggins thing, I've seen somebody say, I can't remember where it came from, but they were like, man, Wiggins is kind of hitting Ben Simmons territory, where it's like, what happened? Like, what really is going on, brother? Like,
Bro went from being the
seriously.
savior of them in the finals, looking
Legitimately.
and then helping them win a championship, to now it's just like he's now on a trade block.
He
that
was the
fast.
hottest name that you could talk about. He was ideal. I
Yes.
wouldn't shut up.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this is it. This is the blueprint. Aaron Gordon go to the Nuggets. He go here, take these former top picks, and instead of trying to force them to be number ones, put them around other talent and have them be complementary players. That is the recipe. You couldn't shut me up about it. And
You was
now
right.
it's just like, what happened? Then
Yeah.
you have Chris Paul with the hand injury. I do love what I'm getting from AirPods. You have Kuminga and Moses Moody complaining about minutes. Then Steve Kerr is he's so hilarious and sarcastic. The very next game, Kuminga leads them in minutes. Then he has another game where what was that? He had 28 points and he didn't play the fourth quarter. Who was that against, man? They lost that game. I can't remember who it was against, but Warrior fans were all on Steve Kerr's ass. Like, is Steve Kerr's job safe?
No.
I wouldn't think so. When I gave them a D, and the first thing that came to mind is just like, for somebody who watched the start of it, like we're watching the end of their dynasty. Like it's literally kind of crumbling, and we're seeing the last bits of it.
Only reason I would say it's not safe is just because they seem like they're probably going into a direction of a rebuild. They were a team that, unless they make some drastic moves to where they feel like they still in contention, they could compete for
The
championships.
Bucks is who they.
I think Steve Kerr's job is safe at that point. But if they do go into a rebuild, I would definitely see them.
As long as
They're not going-
there is
on the
no. I
off-season
don't think there is no. There's
Yeah.
there's no rebuild.
they're not
for the
going
Warriors.
to rebuild, dude.
If anything,
It's
it's
a
got to be
retool.
it's a retool because
yeah.
Curry, he's not.
He's too good to try
Curry's
to
not
go
going
to a rebuild.
anywhere.
You're not going to tell Kerr, hey, listen, the next few years we're going to be at the bottom of the league. No, there's no rebuild.
There
I
is
could
no
I could
rebuild.
guarantee you that.
They had the year to do that. They were
Yeah,
5-50 or
literally.
15-50,
Literally.
and then they didn't do anything with it.
Yep.
I would say Steve Kerr's not on the hot seat actively, but offseason come around, he might be out the door.
You lose, seriously, you lose to a Grizz, and I get it was MLK Day. I've been,
and Memphis and MLK Day, I mean, it's a whole different thing.
I tell you, bro, one of the best things I've ever experienced in my life, and we've traveled the world all together, but I did this by myself, and I was younger. In Memphis, the hotel where Dr. Martin Luther King died, I've been to, and they got the cars are still there. The hotel room, I couldn't go inside that day, but apparently they replicate what it was like and how the bed was. He had crab cakes that was like bidden. You can go and look. Top 5, because it's just that in the air just hits you and give you the goosebumps. Like Dr. Martin Luther King was right there. Those are the cars, and there was a lady out there who was there who got shot. Who was there when he got shot. She was an older lady. I don't know if she was alive still now, but she showed me where she was at in the picture. The famous picture of them pointing, she's in there, and she showed me and everything. It was so I know Memphis was loud yesterday. But I don't want to cut no slack for the Golden State Warriors.
That was a game you have to
For
win.
sure.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of times where it's like during the regular season, there's must-win. That was a must-win game, bro.
For sure. And what I hate about it is like the Grizzlies, they definitely they was hot. They was making threes or whatever, but they out-gridded them.
Yes.
They did. They did. Bro, Memphis had another win early this season. I was like, they just outworked y'all, bro. David Roddy is out here fighting for
getting every
offensive
ball.
rebounds.
Yes.
He took it from Draymond, like, ugh, and
Like-
put it in and missed and tipped it in again. You got what's the point? Gilliard,
Yep.
he diving on the ball
Yes.
like Vince Williams. Like they
Hey.
was scrapping and
A
grinding.
lot of love for Jacob Gilliard, man.
Bro, lot of love. What college you went
5'7"?
to?
I couldn't tell you.
I don't
He's
know.
5'7" though. That's why he get my love.
But yeah, he
It's
had
not-
to play.
it's not-
He had a play where he got it kind of like at the end of the. I think it was the quarter of the shot clock or whatever, and he got it blocked. Like they beat his stuff, and then the very next, like 2 possessions later or whatever, he hit a huge deep three, and I think that gave him the lead too. I'm like, okay, way to respond.
What they do this stuff?
They blocked it.
He went to Richmond University.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Richmond Spiders.
How old y'all
Right?
think he is?
Spiders?
24.
25.
20,
Be 26 in July.
Shout out to the Spiders. Anything else about the Warriors? It's been awful. It's been dreadful. I mean, we got less than a month until the trade deadline, about 2.5 weeks.
If you didn't know,
which feels kind of crazy. 2.5 weeks to the trade deadline.
time's flying.
It is, and we've only had 2 moves. Is everything just gonna happen at the deadline day?
I don't know.
I wanted to say this real quick.
The Warriors just don't seem like they're a team that has a lot of like.
The wiggle
just don't
room
know
is
what-
Kuminga and Moody.
Yeah, and apparently Kuminga's untouchable.
Yeah, because if you saying no to Pascal Siakam for him, what do you have in mind?
Yeah, I don't know what they have in mind then.
Because I'll tell you right now, Paul George ain't coming.
Nope.
Anthony Davis ain't coming. Like, I don't know what Pascal Siakam is like. If you tell me I could get Pascal and I got to give up Kuminga, I'm licking my chops. I'm doing the
They
arm
also
bar in
might
the
be
middle of the
hesitant 'cause
park.
they don't know if Pascal's going to resign.
Right. I think that's the big thing.
And hey, I don't care right now. The Warriors are in trouble, Darrick. They just
They
lost
are.
to Gigi Jackson.
They did.
And Jacob Gilliard.
Gigi Jackson can't even drink alcohol to celebrate.
He might not have a license. Gigi Jackson, young as hell out there. When we started this podcast, Gigi Jackson was probably in middle school.
7 years ago. He
Yeah,
was
that's
he was
crazy.
in middle school.
He was in middle school.
He was an 8th grader. That's crazy.
And he just bust their ass.
He was out there dogging.